Okay, that's better. It only took about 30 minutes to load. Yesterday was insulting. Well, when someone's spitting legit gospels and it takes 3 hours for the military to get it to the public, and you got genocidal operators grinning for money from corporate kickbacks to mass murder the poor to keep them ignorant and stupid with your technology, and they can get access to people. That's damned insulting, isn't it? It's just like on a Harry Potter, with old Lord Voldemort's character. You're pathetic. That's pathetic. You're pathetic. Right? So if I say things in a British accent, y'all think I'm more smarter than I is? Is that what it is? Yes, I'm very obnoxious. I was always obnoxious. When you're surrounded by a bunch of liars and you are humble enough to be intelligent and you're the Ark of the Covenant, and people throughout time are communicating with you what's going on. Daniel, Moses, Abraham, Hud, Muhammad, Confucius, the Buddha, Tao. When people all over the world, what's going on with you? Why are the people of your tribe so murderous, incestuous, and crazy? Why are yours? And Sun Yat-sen will say to me, "Touche." So let's get to work. Let's stop this incestuous, inbred, crazy. And it is what they try to do is when you get people, once the women have been Stockholm syndrome as a group. What happens with the men is the men become complacent and afraid that they will be murdered and their seed will be eradicated off the planet by the top of the line fighter fucker cult. William Longshanks on Mel Gibson's I Need Money to Cultivate My Imagination, which he has lots of movies like that. Patriot, Apocalypto. He's started out in the Lethal Weapons movies. I worked with a woman at Southwest Airlines. The kid who wrote the screenplay for Lethal Weapon wrote it down, and the professor told him, "No, you won't be able to get this into a movie. You can't have a sociopath like this as a police officer. He wouldn't last. He would be kicked off the force or incarcerated. It's just not tangible." For the recklessness and the selfishness and the genocidal and the homicidal rage that this guy does in your movie, it won't work. My best friend's a cop. Bob, one of my best friends, is a cop, and he says, "No, you can't do that." And then you spend he goes, "Most of the time as a cop, you spend it doing paperwork, trying to make sure that your court cases will go through. So the people that are vicious and psychotic don't get out because of loopholes in the system. It's a miserable existence. Being a criminal is a miserable existence, and being a person that is trained to deal with criminals is a miserable existence. You live the Lord's Prayer, and the cops don't have to hang out in the donut shop, and the criminals ain't trying to steal everybody's donuts. Because, like in the Bible with Jesus, when Timothy has his coat stolen, Jesus hands him his coat. He says, "You won't have a coat." Yeah, and we're occupied by the world's greatest civilization. And people are stealing coats, right? Don't you think King Solomon's Israel is preferable and better? Share, care, given accordance to need, build to last. Okay. Than a civilization that uses military force to enforce their philanthropy, their kindness with idolatry on everybody through you elect assholes who can own their women and children as property. Our women are a blessing to us so we can live faithfully and eternally through the blessing of our children. That's radically different than the people of the republics that had their women and children be property, that had other people be property. Okay. That's like the kingdoms and the empires of old. The sociopaths, that the church was the state and the state was the church. And whatever the state said was law by God. and they could impregnate anybody they wanted, and they could murder anybody they wanted. Okay, do you understand? As if they were the power of God. Do you understand history? Do you understand what Thomas Jefferson was trying to understand better now? I'm a real butt kicker, man. You fuck with my body with chemical warfare. You fuck with my head with Wi-Fi. I wake up in the morning agitated and concerned about my son and his mother, and you're going to get your ass kicked. Okay? You're a bunch of pathetic scientists with a bunch of brain chemical addicted genocidal operators that you've been doing this with for tens of thousands of years. And if you don't understand the history of it, okay, you're just addicted to the history of it, and you're streaming The Walking Dead on Hulu, and you can't play enough Fortnite, right? And you can't bet enough money on all your favorite sporting events, and then go out and watch all the sex-crazed narcissists play sports, talk about themselves to what's perceived as music, or pretend to be something they're not, and sex cult genocidal warfare through either comedy, adventure, romance, or horror, right? And it's all a horror story, really, when you look at even the comedy's a horror, because they're making jokes about our genocidal dysfunction and how to survive it. Now, hit the kid in the head with a soda or beer can you're throwing to Magic Mike, right? And then laugh about it. And you're like, that's not funny. It could cause blunt force trauma and have a brain tumor, and have this idiot smiling at me at the fucking Lowe's saying I should thank John Daly for keeping me safe, right? And I'm like, are you sure you might need your own doctor to cut your head open, root around there with a big stick and get that clot out of there? Okay. I'm trying to save your son from getting killed by his military operations that he does to abuse me and my son, and you're sitting there smiling at me, telling me I'm crazy, and I should thank Don Daly for trying to get money together to make my life more comfortable. Okay, he's a millionaire, and I haven't had hardly any money for the last 6 years because they fired me from a grocery store that I tried to talk out of supplying little girls to be raped to death by the drug cartels across the border. You know? It's pretty fucked. Okay, when I sit there and get in there, I know, okay, I've gone around the scene, I've watched everything, I know what you're doing. Please stop. If you don't stop, you are being targeted by AI for genocidal operations, and you think you're the trigger man, but actually you're doing this. Okay, do you understand? You explain that to everybody, especially right-wing conservative Christians. Okay? You do know you believe Jesus is your God, and your God commanded you to forgive debt and trespass and love one eternal faithful peace, and you get together in popularity contest over money and vote to send your children off to murder people over money. You've been God fodder for egomaniacs for over 10,000 years, and you're still too fucking stupid to pull your head out of your own ass, right? And people are like, hey, don't talk that way to me. It's the only way you'll fucking listen, asshole. If I try to be nice, you think I'm some kind of psychotic academic trying to sell you a fucking self-help book for your self-care. Please eat cranberries. It will help clean out all the crap in your colon. And then you can sit there and tell big medical industry to go fuck themselves. And then what happens? Big medical industry puts toxins in your water and you die anyway. And they say you should have listened to us and took your drugs instead of ate your cranberries. Is it just your attitude? Is it all a game to you? But I'm in so deep. Do you have to let it linger? You know I'm such a fool for you. You got me wrapped around your finger. You're an omnipotent, omnipresent God. You can kill me, make it look like an act of God, and then say, you should have listened to the professionals. You're a professional? Why does everybody keep telling me that? I would not shove a bomb up a man's ass and blow him up and walk away real slow so cool guys don't look at explosions, so we could make jokes about our dysfunction on Saturday Night Live to get more fuck money, to be a complete fucking retard who says, I love Jesus and I want to be just like him. No, you don't. You're too selfish and too big of a coward. You know it's true. Why even talk about it in public for money? Seriously. You are too selfish to be son of man. Son of man. People say he's crazy, but their brains is lazy. You shut down your brain a long fucking time ago. The moment you trapped the soul in it and kept referring to it as a possessive pronoun and kept referring to God as a possessive pronoun in the first person. Okay, and you've been doing that for a long fucking time, you little bastard. And you don't think I don't know the devil and Satan when I see him, and he calls demons by name and they flee from him. Okay, I'm Son of Man. I'm Earl, the son of Ralph and Mary, the little boy who grows up to be a man from the book of Revelation. It's me. And if you don't believe it's me, you just are addicted to getting money to fuck, and you can't stop talking about it, and you can't get your head to shut up long enough to listen to me. And if your wife can't listen, it's because you Stockholm sister fucked her into oblivion, and she's just as dumb as you are. And if you don't want to hear that, go ask the devil for more fuck money and go to your local voting booth. Make sure as you go to DMV that you put in to be an organ donor and that you want to register to vote there. Because David Rockefeller needs your heart 7 times upon infinity. Okay? He tried to be a good man. He just wasn't capable. That's why he asked me to help him save his family from him. Okay, guys? If you don't understand, you're just fucking crazy. Okay, guys, I love you. I've been explaining this for 16 years on social media, and I break it down and break it down and break it down. We repeat and go over the same thing over and over again because it's like, okay, you're stupid as fuck again today. Okay, let's tear it down, start over again. Ted Mills' family needs money from his songs so they can pay their extortion until we live the Lord's Prayer. Okay, guys? I love you, all right? Peace.